What's up, YouTube? April here, bringing you a budget Lunalight deck profile. So let's get to it. I play 3 copies of Chick. She's basically the crux of the deck. She's not hard once per turn, foolish as cost, so she can get you to any of your other Lunalight's monsters really fast. I also play 3 copies of Tiger. She's a bounceable monster reborn, and even if your opponent like MSTs it or anything, it's still a monster reborn. Then I play 2 copies of Yellow Martin. She's an extremely powerful extender for the archetype. I'll get into combos after the profile. And then I also play 2 copies of Bird. She's great at fixing hands, and she can trigger other Lunalight effects. Then I play 3 copies of Wolf. She's basically your Miracle Fusion. I play 3 of her because it can be good to have a backup copy, and she's an amazing top deck. 2 copies of Blue Cat. She can float into any of the other Lunalights in the deck, and she also doubles the attack of any of them. Then 2 copies of Black Sheep. She is an extremely versatile card. She can make Chick's effect basically a search for any Lunalight card in the deck, and she can also search out Poly for you. And then play 1 copy of Fox. Setting your opponent's monsters to 0 attack or saving your Lunalights from targeting effects while they're comboing off can be really nice. 1 Butterfly. She's not really used for her discard effect to add any attack to things, but she can be really great if you send her off Chick. She can just banish herself to special summon something from your hand. Then 1 Rabbit. She can be a brick from time to time, but she's also a great extender if you can save your normal summon. Then I play a 5-card Kaiju package. The individual ones don't matter too much, just I like to play 4 Kaijus and then 1 Slumber, even though it's at 3. I'd play more Slumbers, but sometimes I think it can be better to just have more generic field wipes, because Slumber can be ashed. And then I play 3 Perfume, just an amazing monster reborn plus a search. And I play 3 Tanky. Can search out any Lunalight in the deck besides Wolf. 2 Lunalight Fusion and 1 Polymerization. Lunalight Fusion is just amazing if your opponent has an extra monster on their field. It's basically like Shaddoll Fusion. And then Polymerization, it can be searched off cheap, so that's why that's good. Then I play 2 Desires because I really think you can afford to play it in this deck. You don't play enough critical one-ofs, so it's definitely good for a +1. Then I play 1 Foolish because I can only play 1, but it lets you proc Martin's effect and Bird's effect, and it can also just be good for other graveyard setup. Play 1 Monster Reborn, self-explanatory. Play 1 Reasoning. Reasoning can be really good because even though there is mostly level 4s in the deck, getting them into grave is still even a good thing, even if you can't summon it. And a lot of the times you can also hit a Kaiju and just get a free high attack body on field or something to make Underclock Taker or something. And then 1 copy of Regeki, just for another field wipe. You could also play Dark Hole. Dark Hole can be good because it can proc Cat's effect or Martin or Bird. But sometimes it can also get in the way if you're trying to like activate it after you've summoned Chick or something. So now moving on to the extra deck. I play 1 Underclock Taker. Just pretty self-explanatory. If you have Underclock Taker and Leo on your field, that's usually an OTK if they can't stop it. 1 Daruma Doll. This can proc Tiger's effect by popping her and popping one of your opponent's spell traps. But it can also, if it kills something, it can also recur any Beast Warrior. So that's good, and then I play one Zephyr Metaltron. It can be good if you have a Daruma and an Underclock or a used up Tiger King on your field and you need to open up more spaces. Tiger King is just really great because it gets you a free tanky, and then it can also be basically a skill drain for all non-beast warriors that are on the field at the moment. One Baguska because it's basically a mini Azathoth. One Diamond Direwolf because it can get rid of floodgates that stop spells usually. One Sky Cavalry Centuria. This card is more of a tech pick, but you can summon it off Rabbit and Sheep. I play one Cat Dancer because she's necessary for climbing, of course, and then also she can OTK herself sometimes. I play 3 Panther because she's good to either be summoned herself, and she can OTK fairly well, or you need to dump her off Chick for Leo, of course. Play 1 Saber because sometimes she can come in really clutch if you can't make Leo, but like say they don't have anything on field because you wiped their field, and you just need more damage than you could get from like a cat or a panther. And then 3 Leos. You don't need to play 3, but I think it's better to have 3 for the grind game. Even though it is an OTK deck, it can still make it into the grind game pretty well. And then I don't have an amazing side deck, but basically what I have is Abyss Dweller for any prank kids. Red Reboot can come in handy against like Salamangrates and Altergeists. I played 2 Hanawata. It's just been in here for a while. It was when Trickstars first came out, I wanted something against them. 1 Twin Twisters, just because that can come in handy against any back row decks. 3 Pankratops, because Pankratops. 3 Called by the Grave. And then I played 2 extra Kaijus for the Sky Striker matchup. I side these in because Sky Strikers obviously get shut off by Kaijus, as well as Salamangrate, back row, and stuff like that. So I just think the Kaiju package is really good for this deck. So one of the most basic and good 2-card combo for the deck is Chick and Tiger, and of course you can get Tiger off Tenki or Chick, so either of these cards along with Tenki also works. So what you want to do is you want to summon Chick, use Chick's effect to banish off 1 Yellow Martin. I mean, not banish off, send to the graveyard. And then you play Tiger. Tiger revives Yellow Martin. And then these 2 you link off into Darumadal. And then you'll use Yellow Martin's effect to bounce Tiger back to your hand, summon her, and then you can set Tiger again and summon back Kaleido Chick. And then you can send anything else with Chick. It just really depends on what you have in your hand. And then you can link these either into Tiger King or Diamond Direwolf or something. So Tiger King will then set a tanky on your field. So, and then that can also negate effects. And the reason you want to do this especially is because it saves Martin from getting banished off her own effect. So that's what is that, a +2? Yeah, it's a +2 in card economy. And it also has a search, of course, and a field negate. And then also, if you end up with something else in grave, like whatever you sent off Chick, you can use Darumadal's effect to pop Tiger and pop one of their Speller Traps, and then get that back. So yeah, that's one of the most basic combos for the deck.